As we move through this life, and especially if you're inquiring along a spiritual path, there comes the question of, who am I? What aspect of yourself do we call on when we inquire, when we look beyond just the mundane, just the day-to-day living, the day-to-day life, and in a way we call upon our higher selves. What is our higher selves? Well, first and foremost, it's good to consider yourself. You can consider yourself in as much as your persona, your body, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions as yourself with a little s. And this aspect of yourself is constantly changing. Your body changing, your thoughts constantly changing, your feelings, your emotions always changing. So we can maybe consider that this aspect of ourselves is impermanent. And that's where some of the stresses, the struggles in life come about, because we try to grasp, we try to keep hold of this idea, if you like, of ourselves when it's very much temporary and ephemeral in nature. Just like the clouds that are drifting through the sky, they never stay still, they never stay the same. So this aspect of yourself, which is part of yourself, your persona, this idea of yourself, is always changing. But there's an aspect of yourself which never changes, and this we can consider to be our higher selves. If you want to inquire with the higher aspect of yourself, to explore that aspect, come with me. It was Descartes who said, "I think, therefore I am," but that really is just part of the picture. In esoteric and mystical practices such as meditation, pranayama, to some degree we're able to witness, to watch our thoughts as they arise. So if you're able to see your thoughts, what element, what aspect of yourself is witnessing? So we can consider our thoughts, feelings, our emotions, our body as ourselves with a little s. So how to consider your higher self? Well, maybe it's that aspect of yourself that is able to witness, to perceive, to be moved. We're moved by beauty, we're moved by love. It's not a conscious, intellectualised process. It's something that is, if you like, beyond this simple idea of yourself. So to consider your higher self, to use the analogy of the clouds drifting through the sky, so the clouds are yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, they're constantly changing, and yet the background, the blue sky through which the clouds drift, we can consider to be our higher selves, because it's permanent, it's always there, and we get glimpses of that blue sky, if you like, in those moments of stillness. In the stillness, the calm between each breath, in the clarity, in the serenity between each thought. And sometimes we don't even need to practice. There doesn't need to be a formal spiritual practice. Sometimes we're just simply wowed into the moment when you take yourself to spiritual places, when you take yourself maybe into nature. But how do we connect? How do we realise our higher selves? Follow me and I'll give you a few simple ideas. So how do we connect with our higher selves? It's easy enough to realise yourself because we're usually bombarded by our thoughts. We're overwhelmed sometimes by our emotions. So how do we connect with our higher selves? Well, it's something that you can't intellectualise. It's not something that you can't, if you like, actively do, but there are tools that we can use. There are frameworks through which we can then experience what it is we consider to be our higher self. So meditation, to just sit with yourself, to observe, if you like, the aspects of yourself with a little s, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and maybe every once in a while there's a moment of just simply being. And in that moment you are immersed in your higher self. Pranayama, breath work. I find that particularly useful in, they sometimes say, dissolving the mind. Now I don't know about that, but it helps me to connect and to sometimes to realise that aspect of myself that never changes. It's our true nature, our true identity. It's always there. And it's not something that's cultivated, it's not produced by the different esoteric practices. It is simply revealed because it is always there. So maybe check out some of my videos on meditation and pranayama. If you've liked this video, please like the video, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. You can help to contribute to the channel if you want to. Thank you.